Well, Campaign 2012 has just 2 weeks before the recall election, and volunteers are doing everything they can to turn out every vote they can.
Political reporter Jessica Arp has more on the efforts from both sides here, Jess.
Well, with a huge percentage of people in the state already decided on who they'll vote for, campaigns are now concentrated on making sure they turn out their base and say their efforts go beyond what they did in 2010.
Oh, my name is Brian. I'm a volunteer with the Democratic Party field office here in Madison. How are you doing this evening?
His ear to the phone.
We have about 14 days until the recall election.
And his feet on the ground.
The reason why I'm knocking on your door right now is that we're just canvassing people here in the neighborhood, seeing how they're going to vote with the upcoming recall election.
Brian Johnson is a busy guy, spending 16 hours a week outside of his full-time job canvassing for Tom Barrett.
It's rewarding for one. Because this is the work that needs to be done to win. And so I feel like I'm putting my shoulder to the wheel kind of a thing. I'm doing what I can rather than sitting out like all the elections I had before, no, I'm doing something. I'm trying to make a difference with this.
He's one of more than 35,000 volunteers the Democratic Party says they have working on the election that have knocked on more than 700,000 doors since signatures were turned in to trigger the recall.
We're seeing all the numbers that we had in 2010 be exceeded in this recall election. I think because people are so determined to remove Scott Walker from office.
I'm Evan, and this is my friend Mike.
Howdy.
And we're volunteering with Governor Walker's campaign.
But Republicans are just as determined, saying they've contacted more than 2 million people since January with volunteers like Evan Bradkey.
There's so much passion and so much energy, and folks who want to do everything they can to see Governor Walker reelected. And so the biggest thing that we try and do is as much as possible get folks trained, teach folks how to reach out to as many of their neighbors as possible.
The results aren't always positive.
Campaign. Just wondering if you're planning on supporting the governor in the upcoming recall election.
We're actually voting for the other guys. So you plan on voting for Barrett, I assume? No. Oh, no, okay.
But both sides agree. You'll never win if you don't try.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But he's participating, and that's important.
Obviously, the main difference from 2010 is the shortened time frame in which to get out likely voters. Both sides say volunteers have stepped up to work increased hours doing doors and phones to, of course, make up that difference in time that they've lost.
So how do they go about pinpointing which voters to reach out to in this deal?
Well, Republicans say that they have a good database of people that they've reached on the phone to identify their supporters. Democrats, of course, could use those recall petitions to find voters and say that they may actually contact people on that list multiple times to ensure that all of the people who signed the petition actually get out and vote.
All right, thank you, Jessica.